In our next community conversation, we're joined by Eric Ward with UVA Athletics. He's sitting down with Steve.
Eric kicking things off, figuratively and literally, talking about free sports, free admission over at UVA again. Women's soccer ranked number 8th in the country in action tonight.
Yeah, team's been on a great spurt. I think in 5 games they've given up 1 goal so far this season, so they've had just a fantastic start to the year. Hosting Penn State tonight, a really big matchup. Expecting a really good crowd, and it's just been awesome to see how that's grown with the free sports program and how more and more people in the community are able to access our soccer games.
And the meteorologists here say it may be a wet field, but should be good to go.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Here's hoping Mother Nature cooperates. All right, we move ahead to volleyball, also in action tonight.
Yeah, getting the home season started. They swept a tournament at Georgetown this past weekend. It was a really just fantastic weekend for them, hosting the Cavalier Classic. For most of our games this year, they're in the Aquatics and Fitness Center, which is right across the street from Scott Stadium, as Mem Gym is under a construction project. We have some that are in JBJ, but the ones for this weekend are in the AFC, and hosting App State tonight.
Well, App State Saturday.
VC tonight, App State Saturday.
Got two shots in 3 days.
Yeah, and then there will be a neutral site tomorrow, which is open, but obviously the Virginia game's today and Saturday.
And just as importantly, admission to that is free as well.
That's right.
All right, Commonwealth Clash, let's get that started.
Yeah, it's actually pretty early. Normally we get going in mid to late October, so this will be the first one of the year. Men's soccer is on the road. It's in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech has a really good soccer team this year. I think they're in the top 10 nationally, so should be a very competitive matchup. I know the men had a tough match at George Mason last week, but otherwise they've had a really good start to the season, and so should be a really good litmus test for both those programs and see who can get point number 1 in the Commonwealth Clash for this year.
Doesn't matter if the teams are good or not.
Yeah.
It helps, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, we were actually in the same boat last year in women's soccer, where Tech was having a really good year, and that was a big spark for their team with the win in Blacksburg.
All right, team that we know is going to be strong is field hockey, ranked number 3.
Yeah, they've started strong. They won 5-1 in their match last week against Penn State. So they're hitting the road this weekend. The ACC and Big Ten have a challenge. So they're at Ohio State tomorrow and Rutgers on Sunday. Just really going through this Big Ten part of the schedule. But really awesome start to the season with a 5-1 win, and expecting great things out of them this year.
Great start for UVA football. Chandler Morris will play Saturday at NC State, but that should be a tough test, and it's a non-conference matchup.
Yeah, that's right. So, BYU previously was independent, and then they had scheduled games with Virginia and NC State, among many other teams, where they had to cancel as they moved into the Big 12 years ago. So it's a weird quirk to the schedule to kind of work out this way. The Who's and Pac weren't on the schedule, and they said, let's just play each other. So it is a non-conference matchup, not counting in the ACC standings, but obviously both teams really want to win. And I mean, what a great start for the team on Saturday. I mean, one of the top offenses and defenses in the country, statistically at least last weekend. It's going to be really fun to see them play NC State, a really good litmus test for a team that had a good start and then a tough finish against ECU before pulling out the win last week.
All right, Eric, good seeing you.
You too.
Aaron?